Hello, my name is Philip Josephson. I'm a project engineer here at ClimaCheck, and I'm going to give you a presentation on ClimaCheck Lite. This presentation will include an introduction, why to measure with ClimaCheck, and the two delivery packages with ClimaCheck Lite. I will also show you the included products, and I will dive into the software. The software takes input data such as temperatures, pressures, and electrical power, performs calculations on this data, and presents it in a structured way in tables, graphs, and in a dashboard. This allows you to perform a detailed performance analysis and helps you when, for example, commissioning a new system and tuning it in, validate and define performance of an old system, check the performance before and after a repair or replacing a component, and to help you find the cause to why a system is misbehaving. ClimaCheck Lite can be delivered in two different packages. The first one includes two different pressure sensors and two different temperature sensors, and altogether they can measure 2 pressures and up to 8 temperatures. The package also includes a mounting kit with a heat transfer paste, aluminum tape, and insulation tape. The second package is all the same, but this one also includes a 3-phase power meter. This is the available hardware to the ClimaCheck Lite. The two Bluetooth sensors labeled TT1 and TT2 can be connected to 3 temperature sensors each. The low pressure sensor has a pressure range from 0 to 10 bar gauge and can also measure 1 temperature. The high pressure sensor has a pressure range from 0 to 35 bar gauge and can also measure 1 temperature. The mounting kit is to be used when mounting the temperature sensors. The Power Scout can be bought with either current clamps that can measure currents up to 150 amps or Rogowski coils that can measure currents up to 4000 amps. The magnet probes are used to measure voltage. On the provided USB flash drive, you can find the ClimaCheck Lite software, 6 different templates, data connectors, manuals, and drivers for the Power Scout that needs to be installed before using the Power Scout. In order to start a measurement with the ClimaCheck Lite software, the software needs a template that defines what equation to use in respect to how the system looks. It also needs a data connector that connects the input data with the variables in the software, and together this creates a workbook where you can perform the analysis. Here you can see all the available templates for ClimaCheck Lite. The first one being a basic system, the second one with a de-superheater, the third one with a subcooler, the fourth one with a suction heat exchanger, and the fifth one is an air-to-air system that requires no pressure sensors, and the last one is a reversible air-to-air system that requires only 1 pressure. When you start the software for the first time, the first thing you need to do is to import the unique data connectors that are created specifically for your Bluetooth sensors. This is done by clicking Help up in the left corner, then Import New Files, and then you select the data connector zip file that is located on your USB flash drive. The figure shows all available sheets in the software, and to the right I have listed all the sheets that I'm going to go through and show you in this presentation. The system information sheet will show directly after you have loaded a new template, and this is where you can input system and measurement information, and also this is where you select the system type. The system type defines the reference temperatures that are used to calculate the heat exchanger efficiency. The dashboard shows the total performance of the system as System Efficiency Index, SEI, and this can be divided into 4 sub-efficiencies: refrigerant cycle, compressor, condenser, and evaporator efficiency. New variables can be added to the graph or the lists located below the efficiency meters. This is done by clicking the Data Select icon, locate the variable you would like to add, and select the box that corresponds to the list that you would like the variable to appear in. The report sheet stores all logged and calculated data. It also shows you all the available variables in the software. And you can also review span, average, maximum, and minimum values for each variable. In the constant sheet, you can set a constant that defines a minimum compressor capacity when to calculate COP and compressor efficiency. This means that the COP and the compressor efficiency won't be calculated when compressor capacity is below this value. And also you can set the thermal efficiency of the compressor. This is pre-configured to 93% by default, and this is a good and validated value for compressor without any additional cooling. But if your compressor has any kind of cooling, this value needs to be changed. Further down in the constant sheet, information about how the reference temperatures for the secondary mediums are calculated can be found. And here is also where you can set properties of the secondary mediums. These properties are used to calculate secondary mediums flow rate. The input sheet shows all the data that comes into the software in column J. You can set an offset to this value in column G, and the values used in all the calculations are presented in column F. The chart gives you a good presentation of variables over time. To change variables to show in the graph, variables can be selected or deselected in the list to the right. To change the amount of data shown, select a different value from the drop-down menu on the top. After that, you need to change sheet and then come back to the graph in order to get it to reload. You can also zoom in to a specific area by holding down the Shift key on your keyboard and then select an area that you would like to see. To zoom out, you simply click the Zoom Out icon on the top. The flowchart sheet shows you the flowchart of your system together with last scanned data. In the refrigerant sheet, you can find all the available refrigerants that can be used by the software. The refrigerants highlighted in green are the ones available in the shortlist. To add a refrigerant to the shortlist, right-click on the refrigerant you would like to add and click on Add Selected Refrigerant to Shortlist. The connection editor shows all the incoming data channels in the data channel list. And above that, the data reader type is shown, and in this case, the ClimaCheck Bluetooth sensors are used. The variable list shows all connected variables highlighted in green. To load a new data connector, first you need to close previously open data connector by clicking the close icon. After that, you can click on the open icon and select the data connector that you would like to load. To show a connection between a variable and a data channel, click on one variable in the variable list and the connection will show. To edit a data connector, you click on the edit icon, and to disconnect a connection, you right-click on the variable that you would like to disconnect and select disconnect. To connect a data channel to a variable, you need to click and hold on that data channel and drag it to the variable that you would like it to connect to. The template instruction sheet allows you to load the template instruction for your specific template. This instruction helps you to set up a ClimaCheck measurement and shows you where to install or mount the temperature sensors. The last sheet that I would like to show you is the setting sheet, and I have highlighted 4 settings I would like you to consider before you start using the software. The auto-save setting automatically saves a workbook at the chosen interval. The midnight save and clean setting makes the software create a new workbook file every midnight when performing a measurement. This makes long measurements that last over several days more manageable, as separate workbooks are saved for each day. Start logging with Start Scan setting makes the software always to log all the data whenever Start is pressed. There is a function called scanning, and when this is active, the software only stores about 20 values. So make sure that this setting is selected. The No Sleep Mode setting prevents your computer to go into sleep mode when doing a measurement. And remember always to click the Save icon after you have made any changes to the settings sheet. I will end this presentation with a quick start guide on how to get a new measurement started. After you have started the software, you need to load a template by clicking the New from Template icon and select the template that corresponds to your system. When you have loaded the correct template, fill out the system information and select System Type. It is good practice to always load and review the template instructions. Open the correct data connector that has the same file name as your loaded template. The file name for the data connectors to be used with your Bluetooth sensors ends with _BT. Now you can click on File and the Save As icon to save the template as a new workbook. After that, the refrigerant can be selected from the shortlist. And now you can start the measurement by clicking Start. That concludes this presentation for ClimaCheck Lite. Thank you so much for listening and do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions.